because that's what you do in the privacy of home. You say it don't make you a racist to sometimes say how you feel.
Right.
It's just that, you know, Bubba, the guy that set him up was Bubba the Love Sponge. He was out for a check. So I was never mad at Hogan. I was like, I mean, duh. Like,
but the part, and I say this all the time, the part that messed me up, it wasn't even him saying that about Brooke. It was the part he said, you know, I am a little bit racist.
He did to a point. That's what he said.
But we all okay. So like Ric Flair's my white daddy. You don't think at some point he sat Charlotte down and said, "This Andrade guy."
Oh, you know Ric Flair did that shit. No, we know.
Rick was like, you know, at the table, this Andrade guy, is it serious? Yeah. You know, I've been down to Mexico a lot.
Wait, he from Tijuana?
You know, Rick just looking at Charlotte. So like, what are you trying to say there? I'm just saying it. You know, I wrestled a lot in Mexico. You sure? Y'all serious? Grandbabies? Serious? You know, I'm just saying, grandbaby serious?
Now, let's not mince words here, man. Ric Flair, we talked about this a few episodes ago.
We talked about this a few episodes.
Ric Flair told Teddy Long.
Yeah.
So there was the whole story about Ric Flair calling Teddy Long a nigga. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But what happened was there was some hoes backstage way back in the day.
It's probably here.
Right, it probably was here. Teddy Long was a referee. Teddy Long was a referee at the show. Some hoes got in. They said, "Oh, the black referee let us in."
Uh-oh.
Teddy Long said Ric Flair walked up to and said, "Nigga, do you like working here?"
And you know what? Let's call it what it is. Okay, now we up on a tangent. Okay,
before you go there, Teddy Long said later on, Ric Flair walked up to him. He was like, "Hey man, you know I was wild."
You damn right.
Come on, man. Yeah, come on.
Okay, because here's the thing.
I was wild.
Because and this is funny because this goes back to Booker T. So we're gonna go pre-story, then we're gonna bring it all the way full circle. Ric Flair storyline with Junkyard Dog was one of the most racist storylines in history. Fast forward, Triple H and Booker T redid the whole storyline. So I'm not. If you're gonna tell me, if somebody said you say Ric Flair's your white daddy, you think Ric Flair ever said nigga? I was like, hell yeah, he probably said it in the fucking line. He probably said it this morning. I'm not talking about Richard Flair, the guy. I'm talking about his character. So that's why I'm saying yes. I can see him at a dinner table with Charlotte going, "This Andrade, we talking grandkids?" Do I need to brush up on my Espanol? I just want
Hell no.
You know, how serious are we going? You know, I've had taste in my time, Charlotte, for some different things. I just want to know where we're going.
Some arroz con pollo.
And I'm saying that, you know, we wouldn't want to hear that conversation, right?
Absolutely.
It's the same thing, or I guess because we're on a different tangent. It's the same thing with Hogan. We know wrestling has always had racist connotation, especially because of African-American wrestlers. That's why we talked about how Bianca got done, how Kofi got done. Yes. Even Bobby Lashley.
Yes.
Vince booked him like a pimp.
Yeah, right.
He did. We went from Bobby Lashley. It was basically a black version of the Four Horsemen.
Yes.
To now MVPs bringing out strippers and drinking champagne. That's like. That's a white man thinking what black people would do if they got some money.
Right.
Well, ain't that what you do when you get some money? You go to the club and you turn up and you get the bottle and the girls.
You make it rain.
You make it rain.
That is what you do, damn it.
And I think Bobby walked in there with his white wife and said, "Look at my wife." You know how much shit I'm getting when I go home?
Side note, on this here program, shout out to Matt. We call Bobby Lashley the king of white women.
So I'm just saying. I ain't turning up at no damn club, Vince.
Right.
I'm watching CSI with LL like you.
All right, man. We gotta move on. Before we get out of here, man, we gotta talk about SummerSlam. Now, WWE just put out the news that this SummerSlam was the biggest and most watched SummerSlam.
That's crazy.
Of all time.
That's crazy.
Of all the times. Now, initial thoughts on SummerSlam, man. With Boogie D, let's start with you. What did you think of SummerSlam overall?
It's only two things to talk about. They screwed Bianca. And the main event was what we thought it was going to be. You had two of the greatest in there and the Brock coming out. And I mean, great. I mean, we all knew John was coming in to do the job.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. But
Right.
they really did make you feel like John could win.
Right.
And that's the great thing about what Roman and John did, because you really didn't know. Because once again, we are talking about Vince. And,
Right.
you know, John's going over tonight for whatever reason. For whatever reason.
Right.
But I thought the match was good. I thought, you know, Brock coming out, I think they had to do that.
Right.
You know, it was a good SummerSlam, I guess, but it wasn't a lot to sink your teeth into. I hate the fact that we're going to get another Goldberg-Lashley match, which scares me, because I think they would put Goldberg over Bobby for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Hope they don't do that. But, I mean, the big thing was how they did Bianca.
For sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Rated R, man. What you got on SummerSlam?
It was. I thought, like you said, just those two matches. Well, no, the Edge and Seth Rollins match was dope. Too. That was a dope ass match. Cena, you know, he was gonna take that L.
For sure.
They made him look believable. They made him look like John Cena, but it just, you know, it's Roman's time. Some of the promos that Cena was saying about Roman during the whole program kind of didn't really make sense, where he's saying that, well, we're tired of this Roman Reigns experiment and it's not working. I'm like, nah, bro, this one's working this time.
No, we ain't tired of it.
It's working. But yeah, now I thought they were going to pull the trigger on, you know, here comes Brock. Brock comes out, beat the shit out of Roman Reigns, and here comes Big E Langston to cash in Money in the Bank. But then I remember Vince is not going to have two black world heavyweight champions in this company, and I'm going to leave it there. SummerSlam, I give it 1.5 R's out of 5.
Oh, now you got the rating system. You got the rated R rating system, man. I'm gonna have to make a graphic for that. Man. I'm making a graphic for the rated R rating system right now. So I actually posted on Twitter, and it got a lot of traction about SummerSlam, all that. A lot of people mad at me, a lot of people agreeing. I was basically like, yo, based on the two things that
It was a knee-jerk reaction. You know what? I would not be surprised if Vince called Brock the night before and say, "Hey, bruh."
Hold that thought.
No, he called Becky, because Brock was coming out. It's the Becky one they overshot.
Oh, okay.
Hold them thoughts. Basically, I said this. Hey, man, some dope matches. We talked about the main event. We talked about Seth and Edge. WrestleMania was ass, bro.
SummerSlam was ass.
I mean, y'all not WrestleMania. My bad. SummerSlam was ass, bro. It was ass, and because of the good that they did was overshadowed by the bad.
That's true.
And I felt like I sat there for 3-4 hours and watched it. It was just like
Episode of Raw.
It was an episode of Raw. I haven't watched Raw since 2018
without commercials.
And I'm like, yo, no, it had commercials.
It had
They had commercials.
A lot of
Oh
commercials.
my God, they got commercials in the pay-per-view.
And you know what? Here's the problem. Peacock, you're gonna have to get some of that old WWE stuff that we can just go to where we want to go to.
Yeah, man.
Don't get me started on Peacock.
All that trying to
Come on,
fast
man.
forward, man. Let me just go to the match I want to go to, because I agree. I had to watch SummerSlam in the airport the next day because we was in New York. So it was just like, man, I'm fast forwarding because you're right. I didn't sit there for 5. To be honest with you, I can't give Vince 3 hours on Monday night. I can't give him 4 hours on some of these shows. Because a lot of that stuff is like, here's the problem. We got a lot of filler stuff that we don't care about.
They had a whole segment where they were advertising Pure Life water. That they had. The one good thing was that Xavier Woods came out wearing that shirt.
Okay.
And he was dressed like Razor Ramon.
Okay.
But they had Miz and Morrison out there spraying the little pump jack off water bottles, right? And then Xavier Woods came out with a super soaker, and that was the whole segment. And I'm like, yo,
product placement.
Yeah, product placement. Even worse. Somebody that I follow on Twitter, somebody I respect, was just like, man, I really want some Pure Life water right now.
God.
I'm like, yo, this ain't for me. This ain't for me no more.
But the WWE's always been corporate, and it's always been
that's true.
things
true.
of that nature.
Yeah.
I just think you're going to get more of it.
Right.
And